What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with another Warframe video. And in today's video, we're actually going to be talking about Forma, which is a very important resource in Warframe, and something that you can use to maximize the potential of your Warframe, your weapons, your sentinels, and even your Kubros. So, what exactly is Forma? You guys are probably wondering. Well, Forma is an interesting little piece of equipment you can get in the game. I'll take you guys into my inventory right now and show you what it looks like. It's actually going to be under your miscellaneous section, and it looks like a little golden puzzle piece. Now, Forma is very interesting, and there's a couple different ways you can acquire it in the game. You can see here I actually have the Forma piece, and I also have the Forma blueprint, which I can use to then make an actual Forma. So where do you acquire these, and what will they do for you? Well, let's first off start with the acquisition part of it. Quite honestly, the easiest way if you want to get your hands on some Forma right now is to go to the market. Go to equipment and you will see components. You can go into components and you can buy Forma for 20 platinum a piece. So that's relatively easy if you want to take the easy way out. If you have some platinum lying around from your starter platinum, or you're able to trade for some, or you just want to spend the real money, you can definitely get the Forma that way. But you can also get it in the actual game relatively easily. You're going to have to farm a bit. It's not impossible to get Forma, but it may take you a little bit of time. Now, the good news is you really don't need Forma till later on in the game. It's nice to get some early on so you can make your Warframe even better. And you definitely want to decide which Warframes and weapons you're going to want to use it on, because it can be such a rare resource. So what are some of the areas you can get Forma? Well, like I said, you can just buy it in the market for 20. Sometimes you'll get lucky and receive it as a daily login reward. You can get the blueprints through alerts. It's something I've talked about in other videos. And I can actually show you in my foundry right here. I'm actually got a couple of blueprints that are here. There we go. You can see I can make some Forma. I've got enough materials to build those. I have several blueprints to make Forma. I actually got those from a void mission and also another one from an alert. So that's why it's important to do those void missions, do those alerts. You can get Forma blueprints to drop in those. And you can actually get individual Forma, like the actual Forma piece can drop as a reward in the void missions if you're on the Auric Void or the Derelict. You can get the blueprints through doing the Corpus and Grineer invasion events. And so there's quite a few different ways. Even this, if you look around for the storage containers on the Auric and Void missions, you can find the secret hidden treasure rooms. You can get Forma through those as well. So a couple of different ways you can actually get the Forma. So what do they actually do? Well, let's go ahead and go over here to the arsenal. We're going to open up. You can see here I have Ember equipped. I have Ember at max rank, and she's a Warframe that I really like playing. Lots of fun AoE fire damage, and she can be really fun to play, put out a lot of different damage types, and basically be an asset to your team with a lot of AoE help there. So I have my Tiburon equipped. That's actually unranked because I have used a Forma on it already. And then I have my Magnus, which is maximum rank. Now, what Forma is going to do is you can only use it on a maximum ranked item, Warframe, weapon, your companion, and you can only use that when it's at level 30 maxed rank. Now, when you use that Forma on your Warframe or whatever you've chosen, it's going to reset it to an unranked version. You can see here on my Tiburon, I actually used a Forma on this earlier, and you can see there I have a different polarity slot on my second mod slot now. Before you just had one, and then I added this one. And you can see up in the top there's a little star over the word Tiburon. That means you've used the Forma on it. So basically what Forma does, it allows you to add, delete, or change a polarity slot on your weapon or your Warframe, so you can, if you want to do a certain build, you can attune it to that so that you can have less points going into those mods and allowing you to equip more mods. Because you can get later into the game, you get a lot of gold mods, and the better mods are going to cost a lot, especially when you get them leveled up quite a bit. So you want to minimize that cost, especially on your more effective mods. So for right now, let's go into Ember. I'm going to hit upgrade. I've already cleared out all the mods here, and you can see Ember already has these two mod slots sort of by default. So what I'm going to do is find a mod that I'm using right now that's pretty solid. Reflex Guard is a gold mod there, but I've got a couple of mods that have the same polarity here. Vitality is definitely an important one I use quite a bit. You can see I have one that costs 8 points. Steel Fiber costs 9. Redirection costs 11. So I'm actually going to use that polarity when I do this modification. So we're going to press R3 here. It's going to bring up the menu, and like I showed you before how to supercharge your Warframe, you're going to go to that same menu. So you want to go to Polarization, add or modify the polarity of a slot. So we select that, and then we're going to pick the slot we want to modify. Now you can use this in any slot. What you want to do is press your X button there, and it's going to give you the polarity symbol. And every time you press X, it's going to switch to a different polarity symbol, or take one away. So you can actually go into like this slot here and remove the polarity, or you can change it. But we're going to add a polarity here to this one, so that's the one I want to do. Going to hit apply. It's going to give us a warning. Applying the new slot polarity will expend a Forma and reset this item to unranked. Are you sure? So like I said, anytime you do this, it's going to reset your Warframe to unranked. You're going to have to level up all over again, and then you can only use a Forma when you're level 30. So if you want to add 2 Forma to your Warframe, you're going to have to level back up to 30. So that can be a bit of a pain, but you know, if you use the infinity trick I showed you, or the affinity trick that I showed you earlier, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. So let's go ahead and apply this. Polarity operation completed successfully. And now we'll go back into see Ember, and you can see now we have an extra polarity slot, so that's going to allow us to equip a lot more mods. The only problem is, like I said, we are now unranked, so that's pretty much how that works. So we're going to do the same thing here with the Magnus. Now I have the Magnus at max rank, and normally I would not be using the Magnus for a lot of harder content in the game, but it is kind of a fun weapon, and for science sake here, I'm going to use it just to show you guys how you can add Forma again to your weapons. So again, same thing, just go into your little menu here. Before where I showed you how to supercharge and modify your Warframes before, go over to polarization. We're going to select that one more time. We go here, and we're going to pick the polarization we want. Now this is a common one I have in a lot of my mods there right now, so I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to hit apply again. It's going to give us the warning saying it's going to reset everything to unranked. Are we sure? We're going to click OK. It's going to say please wait. It's going to complete the operation. And now we have more polarity slots for our Warframe to use. So, you know, for example, if I want to go ahead and equip this heated charge that costs 8, that's only going to cost 4 when I want to equip it now. Of course, right now I have no capacity because it reset my Magnus to 0, so I'll have to level that back up. And a lot of veterans are probably shaking their head like, why did you waste a Forma on the Magnus? But I like it's a cool gun. Like I said, I'm not going to use it much for in-game, but it's kind of fun little sidearm to use, and just wanted to show it off to you guys because I have a couple of Forma to spare right now. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short little video just showing you and telling you a little bit about Forma and Warframe. It's very important to use, especially when you get into some of the harder content later on in the game. You want to have it to make your Warframe more effective. So definitely be out there trying to farm those Forma, doing those void missions and alerts like I always tell you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the Warframe content. If you have any suggestions for anything you want to see with it, please let me know. I'm going to start trying to do some actual individual Warframe videos on different frames and maybe even some weapons, because I know some people have been asking about that. So we'll see if we can do that in the future. Anyways, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time.